In a previous video, we showed using the timesheet in standard time for employees who are not scanning barcodes or RFIDs or QR codes on the shop floor. These would be more like engineers, supervisors, managers, executives who want to enter their time manually into a timesheet and still have the same kinds of records that the shop floor employees would have. In other words, time logs for the work that they'd performed. So this timesheet is an example of what those employees might see. You see all of your projects over on the left-hand side and then the tasks that are assigned to you. This video is going into the approvals of those timesheets. So it turns out that you can not only, as an administrator, look at another person's timesheet or time logs, but you can also approve or reject certain time periods or timesheets using this page. If you're in the Home All Views, you can find the timesheet and you'll be taken to this page. You can see that I have some tabs open along the top here. So this is where an administrator would be able to look at another person's timesheet. It is also the place where ordinary employees like engineers or supervisors or managers would enter their time. If you go to the Tools menu, you can then go to Approve Time and Expenses, which is this tab. Here you're seeing the results of people who may have submitted their timesheets for approval. Now they're going to do that in the timesheet by clicking on this little icon and then choosing Submit Timesheet for their name. When they do, a record will show up in this Approvals page, and you can see several employees who have submitted their timesheets, and you can see a few of them who have been approved or rejected. This is a way for you to get an overview of those timesheets and then approve or reject them. So if you click on a record, you'll see properties over on the right-hand side that will help you diagnose or look at a timesheet. Of course, you can always go into the actual timesheet tab or the time logs page, but the approvals gives you that area where you see them all at a glance. You can then approve or reject. If I go back to the Home tab and log in as another administrator, let's try Diego, you can see that his approvals page looks a little bit different. That is because he may be assigned as a manager to certain employees, so the timesheet approvals goes up to one manager, then to the next manager, and then finally to the last manager. If I choose to log in as a completely different administrator, again you can see his approvals page looks completely different. This is again another example of how a certain manager may have people under them. So let's go back in as Ray, and this is the approval page we showed earlier, and you can see that it looks different than the other two, Diego and Fred. So this gives you another tool that you can use to approve time and expenses for employees who may not be scanning barcodes on the shop floor.